Hi, I'm Shelly, REX dietitian, and today I'm going to make for you some baked oatmeal. This baked oatmeal is a great recipe for when you have company because you can make it up ahead of time and just bake it the next morning. And it uses oats, just plain oats. You can use the old-fashioned or the quick, your choice, so it can be gluten-free as well if you get the gluten-free oats. I'm going to start by mixing my egg. And I've got oil in here. I used a avocado oil. You can also use a grapeseed oil, canola oil, olive oil, as long as it's not too strongly flavored. So I've got my egg and oil, and I'm gonna add in the sweetener with this. In this case, I've picked a brown sugar. It's actually a raw sugar. You can use coconut sugar, brown sugar, whatever kind you like. But sugar gives it a really good texture, so I wouldn't use honey in this one. I would stick with a type of sugar. And I have a little bit of vanilla, so we'll put that in there as well. So I'm gonna mix this together, and then I'm gonna add in my milk. So with dairy, you can use either a soy milk if you want it to be vegetarian or vegan. You can use an oat milk, almond milk, or cow's milk. The soy and cow's milk are excellent choices because they have a little more protein. So it'll bump up the protein in this. So we're gonna just pour in the milk. Excellent. Okay, I've got that all mixed together. And then I've got my oats. So we're gonna add those in. I've got a little salt in here, not too much, and a baking powder, put that in there. And then I've got some cinnamon, and you can play with these spices. With oatmeal, I like the warm winter kind of spices, cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, things like that, but it is totally your choice. So I've got my cinnamon in here, get that stirred in. And the original recipe calls for pecans. If you don't have pecans, use whatever you've got. If you opt for something like walnuts, they are a lot higher in omega-3 fatty acids, so that's always a good choice. All right, gonna stir in the nuts, and then we're going to put this in a prepared pan. I have an 8-inch pan that I have lightly greased, and I'm gonna dump it in there. One of the things about this recipe is if you're being calorie conscious, you can keep it lower calorie by using a little less oil. It does call for butter and maple syrup to be drizzled over it when you get ready to serve, and you don't have to do that, of course. But if you have that person in your life who actually needs to gain weight, this is one of those recipes that you can really bump up the calories. You can add extra oil or butter to it for some extra fat calories. You can top it with something like a lot more syrup. You can throw dried fruit in there for some extra calories. And they'll get more calories in a small serving, which works a lot for people who aren't feeling well and just aren't able to get down a lot of food right now. All right, let me go ahead and dump this in. There you go. Now that's easy. And then I'm gonna let this refrigerate overnight for about I'm gonna let it refrigerate overnight, and then I'm gonna bake it for about 45 to 50 minutes until it doesn't jiggle anymore. All right, so this is going in the oven, just like that. All right, and here's our baked oatmeal. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut a square of this out for you, show you what it looks like. Here we go. And you can drizzle it with some real maple syrup and a little butter if you'd like. You could also just top it with, I've got a cinnamon vanilla yogurt here, which you could just put a dollop of this on it as well. Enjoy.